What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing my first video in this new series, potential Raptors free agent targets for the 2022 off season. This is going to be fun. I'm going to be doing, quite a few of these. I obviously always have a fun time doing these hypothetical videos and sharing my thoughts. Some of them are realistic. A lot of them are, actually. I picked the most realistic names and the names that I think are the most in the highest possible things for this. But this is the first video of this series. Of course, I've already started another series of should the Toronto Maple Leafs resign. I'm going to do this one, of course, and then a Leafs free agent targets series. So these are the three series I'm doing. This first target, as you can see in the title, is Jusuf Nurkic, the Portland Trailblazers center. He's been a center there in Portland for a very long time. He's 27 years of age. He's going to be 28 in August, so he'll start the 2022-2023 season as a 28-year-old big man. He is huge, 6'11", 290 pounds. He is a beast. Of course, big-time center. He was a first-round pick, 16 overall in 2014 by the Chicago Bulls. He's been in the league for 7 years. He's played 411 games, and over the course of his career, is a 50% field goal shooter, a 24% three-point shooter, a 68% free throw shooter, while averaging over 12 points and 8.5 rebounds per game, and over 2 assists per game. Nurkic has been a great player over the course of his career. He is coming off an injury, though. Of course, he's an unrestricted free agent, so he kind of determines where he wants to go. And I think he will not go back to Portland. I think that's pretty safe to say. You just take a look at where their team is, and it's not necessarily going into the right direction. I don't know how long Dame's going to be there, how much longer he's going to be there. It's certainly going to be interesting, but he battled a foot injury that kicked him out for the rest of the season. They they came out with that news on March 28th. He didn't play for a while before that. He only played 56 games last season, of course, with the injuries. But there's no doubt I think he's going to come back and be the player he obviously was, the player he is. He's a tremendous player. He can average a double-double for you with his eyes closed. Take a look at his stats in the 56 games. All of them started. You take a look at that. And the numbers from that, he averaged 15 points per game, over 11 rebounds per game. Obviously, those are some stellar numbers. He shot 53% from the field, actually 54% from the field, and he shot 28% from three, and free throw percentage was 70%, so not bad from Jusuf Nurkic. The one thing I think the Raptors should really like about Jusuf Nurkic is the fact that he is a traditional big. And he is stretchy. He could do a lot of different things out there. I think he's really, fitting for what the Raptors are looking for. And I think it makes a lot of sense. I really do. I think, and he's got experience. He's been around the league for a while. He's played in the playoffs for quite a while. He is what you look for in a player. I don't think there's any question about it. I really like Jusuf Nurkic. I think he's really done some good things around the league. And over the course of his time with Denver and Portland, he's been a really exciting player. I think he's done a lot to make, NBA teams really intrigued by what he does. I think he's put up some really good numbers across the board. He had a season where he had 17.6 points and 10.3 rebounds per game. Those were big numbers. He's always really put up some really good numbers. And he's had 4 seasons where he's put up a double-double and 2 seasons where he was a rebound shy from averaging a double-double. So I think Nurkic is a solid player, certainly very solid. He was a rookie in 2014-2015, of course, with the Denver Nuggets, and in that season he had some decent numbers as well. He has just been he was an all-rookie. I don't know if I said all-star. I didn't mean to say all-star. When he was a rookie, he made the all-rookie team. So really, he's just a solid player. He's been like pretty much a borderline all-star. And I think he really does good things. Defensively, he's very, very good as well. He averages anywhere near 1 to 2 blocks a game and a steal a game. So he gives it to you on both ends of the floor. But I think the most important thing about Jusuf Nurkic is you see where he gets his scoring. I mean, it's from right where you want it. It's inside the post. He's not afraid to back down, and he's not afraid to just go in there and grind with his size, use his body, get in there and put up shots, get points, grab boards. He's just that big player that the Raptors are missing. They have missed for a while since they lost Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka. He is that guy, and he's the center that I think the Raptors could really use, and that will be a guy that you don't have to trade anyone off the roster, and he could start for you. He could do so much. He would provide versatility. He would provide depth. It would just be a solid and a smart move from Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster, and the Toronto Raptors to do. I would love to sign Jusuf Nurkic, and if I'm the Raptors, and as a fan, he is my favorite free agent target this offseason. Now, of course, in saying that, I'm keeping it realistic because I know we don't have the money to sign a solid, a superstar or all-star. But speaking of money, that brings us into how much money Jusuf Nurkic could make. Now, this is tough because coming off an injury, guys always coming off an injury get less than what they expected and what they wanted. And a lot of guys coming off an injury, they will sign one-year deals and prove it and then cash in with that big deal. But I think Nurkic is good enough, and he's proven to be good enough that you can give him a 3 or 4 year deal. You can give him a 3 or 4 year deal, you can get away with it. I would give him $15 million a year with my eyes closed. I would give him a 4-year, $60 million deal or a 3-year, $50 million deal. I think that makes sense for Jusuf Nurkic. I think he's that good of a player, and I think if I'm the Raptors and I want to splurge a little bit this offseason, he's a guy I would really look into. I'm not going to mention any more names because I want to kind of leave the videos I'm making, the future videos in this series that I'm making, I want to leave them secrets about who the player is until I come out with the videos. But there are some good names out there, but in my opinion, I like Jusuf Nurkic the most. He's my favorite one because of, what he could do, and you can sign him to a long-term deal and not have to worry about him, his contract. He'll just be locked up. I think that is very, very good, and I think that's a benefit of Jusuf Nurkic. But it's going to be interesting to see how much money he makes. I think the Raptors are in the sweepstakes for Jusuf Nurkic, and I think they have a very good chance to get him. The only thing is, will they, go out and spend that money to get Jusuf Nurkic? If I were Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster in the front office, I would do that. But we'll see what they elect to do. It's going to be an interesting offseason. But you guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on Jusuf Nurkic. Would you go out and get him and spend that money? And what would your ideal contract look like for him? I would sign him at a 3-year, $50 or a 4-year, $60 million deal. For me, that would be ideal for Jusuf Nurkic. You let me know your predictions. I think it's possible. I'm not going to throw out any predictions out there, but I think it's definitely possible that Jusuf Nurkic is a Toronto Raptor and the Raptors go out and sign him. Let me know your predictions. Let me know, what team and what the contract might look like, and if you want him to come to the Raptors, and what the contract would look like. Let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you guys on the next video, and as always, let's go Raptors.